Brotherly love is a torch that sheds light over the whole pathway of life. Fidelity inspires us to be true to one another and to treasure the memory of the departed. In fraternal recognition of the part borne by our brother in all our work and bowing to the decree of an all-wise God, I ask you to listen in reverence to the chime of the hour of 11, with us the hour of remembrance. If you could all please stand. You have heard the tolling of 11 strokes. This is to impress upon you that with us, the hour of 11 has a tender significance. Wherever elks may roam, whatever their lot in life may be, when this hour falls upon the dial of night, the great heart of elkdom swells and throbs. It is the golden hour of recollection, the homecoming of those who wander, the mystic roll call of those who will come no more. Living or dead, elks are never forgotten, never forsaken. Morning and noon may pass them by. The light of day sink heedlessly in the west, but ere the shadows of midnight shall fall, the chimes of memory will be pealing forth the friendly message to our absent members. The secretary will call the name of our departed brother.
Todd Hansen. Todd Michael Hansen. Past exalted ruler, Todd Michael Hansen.
Absent.
In vain we call. He has passed into the light which is beyond the valley of the shadow of death. The places that have known him shall know him no more. And again, we realize that in the midst of life we are in death, that he who watches over our destinies will again, on the last great day, unite the chain of fraternal love so recently broken. Esteemed leading knight, in summing up the life work of our departed brother, what record shall be made in the name of charity?
I testify to his faithfulness to the cause of charity.
Esteemed loyal knight, how shall his devotion to justice be measured?
As the just deserve justice, I declare that he was faithful to justice.
Esteemed lecturing knight, representing the principles of brotherly love, what is the testimony from your station?
By the fraternal ties that bound him to us, I pronounce him faithful to brotherly love. And I mean the right kind of brotherly love.
Thank you. Lodge Esquire, what is your tribute to our brother?
Todd, who loved his country's flag, has not lived in vain. This flag is first in our hearts as loyal Americans and guards our altar as loyal elves. May its clustering stars and streaming light guide the immortal soul of our departed brother Todd on his journey through eternity.
As tribute to his fidelity, I bring the unfading amaranth encircled by the clinging ivy. These tokens we deposit with him in enduring friendship. the amaranth typifying our belief in immortality of the soul, and the ivy symbolizing brotherly love. Sleep, my brother, and may peace be with you. My friends, the incident of death is not more mysterious than the incident of life. We were born to die, and we die that we may live. This philosophy of human existence remains unchanged throughout the passing centuries. The birth of an individual does not greatly impress us, but when death invades our rank, we are appalled. It is not life that causes us to pause, but loss of it. Likewise, a clinging faith in immortality has been our solace and our inspiration since first the flight of time began. Although a natural and inevitable event, the final summons always comes to those we love with a blow that seems to crush our hearts. We think gentle thoughts, we speak tender words, we halt, we wonder, we reason, and with faith we become reconciled as we realize that loss of life is not the end, but a beginning. In this simple and reverent ceremony, it is not our purpose to deliver a personal eulogy to our brother, who no longer answers when we call his name. Todd was an American citizen, responsive to every duty of citizenship and brotherhood. He took his vow before the antlers. He attested to his obligation upon the great book of law. He pledged allegiance to the American flag. True, our brother has journeyed away from us. His dream ship, frail or staunched, has sailed to another shore. The clock of his days has stopped. Upon its dial, the motionless shadow marks 11. With us, the golden hour of recollection. Whatever may have been his accomplishments, we are his treasures. We will cherish his good deeds, forget his faults, and inscribe his name upon the tablets of love and memory. He was true to us, let us be true to him. Speaking for the surviving members of his lodge, I say goodbye. Goodbye until the hour of 11 regularly returns. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thy name shall never be forgotten. If you'd all rise, the chaplain will lead us in closing prayer.
Our Father in heaven, from the memories of this hour, may we derive inspiration that will be helpful to us as individuals and as members of this order. Go with us into our homes, into the daily walks of life, give us good gifts, and make us worthy to receive thy blessing. Todd, this is for you. Amen.
No, you guys, seriously, hey, we're here to have a good time, right? We already had the sad, shitty part in the other room. This one in here is we want to have fun. So I'm going to ask, you guys please come stand up. If you don't want to come up here, that's fine. You don't have to. Make it quick. Talk shit on Todd if you want to. I mean, we all know he's kind of an ass. I cannot believe there's this many people here for him. I mean, Jesus. I didn't know he had close to this amount of friends.
They're not friends, they're here for the food.
And see, he's got a dickhead brother. I mean, damn. So, please, you guys, come stand up. I don't have any good stories because I didn't like Todd. So, please, actually, we went fishing all the time and he sucked. What else? He loved politics and I could not talk to him for a minute about him because, God, he was the devil. If you didn't believe what he believed in, you're going to hell. I mean, my God. But that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. So, please, you guys, if you want, stand up. We want to make it quick, fun, laugh, joke. If you want another beer, let me know. We have more. So, put your hand up again. I'll get you one, I promise. All right, there's one, there's two. If you guys want one, go to the bar and get it. I lied. Okay? Come stand up, talk. Thank you.
My Uncle Todd was like I loved him so much. He was one of my favorite people that I knew. Sorry.
Come on, Paigey, you can do it.
He was so kind to me, and he just cared so much. And I appreciated him so much. And I just want to let everyone know that I'm thankful for all of you coming here and showing how much you love my Uncle Todd because he was so amazing. And I miss him already, and I miss how much he used to drown me in the pool when we'd mess around. And I'm so thankful for all of you coming here to celebrate his life. Thank you.
Ruby. I know Todd since I was 13, so I know him well. I won't tell you any secret, but he was always so kind to me. He was fun. You know, I was like, can you go to dance with me? Because I really want to go dancing. He's like, sure, I'll go to your Sadie Hawkins dance with you. Many of them. And, you know, I remember the day when he met Maddie. And he actually texted me and called me and said, I met my wife. I said, what? He said, I can't get her out of my mind. I go, whoa, let me check in with you a week later. And he said, she's the one. I go, dude, you better snatch her. Nobody can put up with your shit. And he's just so much fun. This is back then, when I used to go to his house and knock on the door and say, hi, Mrs. Hansen, can Todd come out and play? Because I know I'm a good student, and he will come out and play. And the mom says, yeah, sure, Todd is here. He was just a sunshine, you know, just so much fun. But I'm going to miss him, and here's to Todd. Thanks, guys.
Hi, my name is Pam, and I'm actually somebody who actually sort of sometimes liked Todd. Now, have you ever met somebody and several years later you're still able to recall the exact moment that you met them? Well, that's Todd for me. I had gone to visit my friend Madeline, and this huge red-headed farm boy walked out of her apartment, and I was like, what the hell is this? Because he looked nothing like anybody I had ever seen Madeline with before. And obviously that turned out to be a good thing. But no, Todd was... he eventually, I can hear myself just fine. Todd eventually came to work for us, and quite frankly, I was just amazed. You know, he goes from mobile notary to service tech in like lightning speed. He learned our industry. He got every certification within probably, a year and a half, 2 years. He actually enabled our company to expand into at least 3 different areas that we had never done before. So, you know, we miss Todd a lot already. We're still, even today, going, hey, call Todd. Oh. Or Todd, no, shit. But yeah, I mean, that's Todd. We're doubly impacted by this. You know, we lost a really good friend in Todd, and our heart breaks for Madeline. But I just want to say thank you to Todd's family, Madeline's family, for honoring us with sharing in your grief. We love you.
here.
Oh,
I
come
just
on.
want to reiterate what's been happening up here. They've been saying blah 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 Todd, blah 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 beer, blah 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 Todd. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Who's next?
Thank you, Papa.
I feel like Todd is here with Aaron. I mean, wow. Thank you, Aaron. Chad is an adopted brother. He adopted himself into our family. He lived next to my mom in Huntington Beach, and our connection has been with Chad, and Chad's fantastic, and he's a great friend, and he's a brother. And I developed my own relationship with Todd, and I miss him a lot. You guys are. Blah, 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 blah. You guys are a great family, and I'm glad you inserted yourself and introduced us to you. That's later tonight. You know him. You. Yeah, Todd. I've been thinking about Todd a lot, and I wish I had a chance to spend more time with him. Chad, I love you to death. We love you to death. We love your brother more. But thank you guys for being who you are. You guys are special, and Todd was, like you said the other night, we were talking, he's a Viking, and I can't believe he's gone. And we feel so bad for you guys, and we love you, and we love Todd, and we're gonna miss him. We're glad we had him, and we have him still, and I'm glad I got to know him. And Madeline, I'm so sorry.
So I asked Chad, I said, last night I told you a story about your brother. I said, do you want me to tell? He goes, I don't know, I was drunk. Did I hit on you? I told you last night I tell all.
I don't need any help embarrassing myself. Thank you.
So I don't know if anybody else had this experience, but whenever I talked to Todd, I was kind of amazed that a boy from Paramount sounded like he was from North Dakota. Like, yeah, you betcha. And I would just stand there going, couldn't believe it. So the story that I was sharing with Chad last night, I want to share with all of you. On the city council, as you know, Tom had his stroke right around COVID, and we always do a recognition at the end of the year for service, and we weren't able to do that for Tom because of COVID. And so once things had settled down, Tom wasn't able to come and be with us, so we did a Zoom visit with him, and we invited Todd to the council chambers to accept his father's awards on his behalf. And so Todd was thrilled to do that, and he came down to the city council chamber, and we did a Zoom meeting with Tom, and we were giving him all of his awards from the assembly and the senate and his council members, and different people were telling stories about Tom and how much we appreciated his service and how much he was loved. And when it was all over, Todd pulled me aside and he said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I said, "Sure." He said, "I just want you to know that this was incredibly special to me. I just really didn't know till this moment how much my dad was loved. And you have no idea what that means to me. Because for a really long time, I've been very, very angry." And he goes, "But right now, I see what public service and giving back and trying to understand people and love the way my father wanted me to, now I understand the payoff. I get it all. And I want you to know that from today forward, my life changes."
So, only one? Just one. I've been thinking about this for a long time. So, a lot of you knew, I was the younger sister that they beat up on. Can you hear me? You know, They beat me up. They threw me in the pool. A lot of us. Okay. So, we used to climb up on the garage roof and jump in the pool. We weren't supposed to. Mom and Dad didn't like it very much. No, we didn't. And I got nervous when I got up there. And he's like, you have to jump off. There's no way down. You have to jump off. I'm like, no, no, no. So he picked me up and threw me off the roof. And I did a belly flop. Swear to God. I came up beet red, screaming. And he's like, shh, shh, shh. He swims me over to the step and he's like, be quiet, be quiet. Don't let Mom hear you. Don't let Mom hear you. I'm going to take you to the liquor store, buy you whatever you want. Shh, shh, shh. So that's my favorite story of Todd.
I knew Chad, Todd, and Amanda more so when they were younger. We had more of a relationship. But I remember Todd getting, Vivian made him go to school in his pajamas because he was so slow about getting ready to go to school. And she threatened him many times, and finally she marched his butt to school in his pajamas, and that never happened again.
Hi everybody, I'm Peter. The first time I met that fuckboy Todd, he was, man, wish I were 6'4". Anyway, I moved in with Fish and happened to see him across the street. Well, I got a weakness, and that is fighting big guys, so I decided to to try my luck with Todd. Anyway, let's just say he was kind, and no matter how I provoked him, he would not take the bait. So to this day, I'm alive because Todd, the fuck boy, did not beat the shit out of me that day. Cheers.
I just want to share a quick story real quick about the last time I was at Todd's house. That was before he left to Havasu. I think it was off of Ardmore. I was with Carol, I think Mike and Laura, and it was the weekend that George Michael died. And I was always the one that wanted to sing karaoke, and of course I brought my karaoke system over, and it turned out to be a really good night. I think I sang George Michael probably for the first time, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So I love Todd. Todd and Chad are a big part of my family, you know. They remind me of me and my brother, you know. We used to fight a lot, like me and my brother still fight a lot. But I loved him as a brother. Thank you.
But I wanted to share a funny little story about Todd when he was a teenager. And he'd dress up like a ninja. And he'd walk around on the neighbors' walls trying to sneak around thinking he was a ninja, until one of the neighbors came out with a gun saying, "What are you doing in my yard?" So at 16 years old, you probably shouldn't be doing that. But I thought that was pretty funny, and we never let him live it down. I have other stories that I probably can't tell in public. But
oh, go ahead.
That's it. I can't. But love Todd.
Where's all the lodge stories? I'm waiting for those. I remember getting initiated by Todd and having to walk around in a circle like this. He made me feel like this. I'm going to tell you a funny story about when I first met my wife, and it'll finish with Todd. I walked into Southgate High School for the first time, and I looked to the left, looked to the right, and I saw my wife's ex-boyfriend's brother. He looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. First thing I said to myself was, "Baby Jesus, please don't let me have to tangle with him." I ended up having to tangle with him. You know, I had the same feeling when I came here for the first time, and I saw Todd in the hallway with a beer in his hand. I looked up and I said, "Baby Jesus, I don't want to tangle with him. Bottom line was, Todd was probably the best person I've ever met for his size. I mean, people could have been a lot worse, but he turned out to be great. I really kicked myself into the lodge more because of people like him. And I just want to say that, you know, without people like Todd in this world, you know, it makes life a little harder. But when you meet people like Todd, it gives you an overlook of what, you know, what you could do with your life. You could be a good person. You know, he married a very beautiful lady, very nice lady, just like I did. I just want to say I'm going to miss him. I miss his family. I'm not going to say I was disappointed when they left, but I was very hurt. Because, you know, he took everybody. Everybody was gone. And I don't blame them for why they left. But damn, I sure miss them. I miss all of them. But I miss Todd and the way he treated everybody and the way he treated me. And I just want everybody to know that this is going to be a tough situation for us over here. We really miss them and miss their family. Thank you.
Real quick, just want to make an announcement that if the immediate family only, what I was told by the group in the back, the immediate family only, please go line up for food. And then what we're going to do is let all you rest of you people, you know, you nobodies. So immediate family only. And then we'll get the rest of you. And that's it. Okay, who's next?
Hey folks, my name is Randy and I'm an oh, wrong meeting. Sorry. Thanks. I met Todd back in 2000, back in the mortgage days, and I met Todd back in 2000, and back in the mortgage days at ABM when I met Chad and heck, everybody at that table over there, and we hit it off right off the bat. And now that he's gone, thinking about what to say, the biggest thing is I almost feel like I took for granted that he'd always be here. We went hiking, we went camping, we went to the desert, the Glamis, the river. I watched him not catch fish on many fishing trips, which I heard he got better at recently. I haven't seen him in about a year because I moved and then he moved, but it's I don't know, it's hard to put into words, but his family, I just saw his mom Vivian in the back, and she's been great. Todd and I painted her house once, like 15, 20 years ago, and I got some good jokes for that one too, but Madeline, when he met you out at that desert trip, he had called me up, and I think I was living with him at the time, or I just moved out of his house. And he's like, dude, I found her. I found the one. And I'm like, yeah, sure, sure you did, bud. But sure as shit, he did. And I feel my heart goes out to you. I know that you guys were just perfect together. I was at your wedding, and it was wonderful. And all the Oktoberfests, and just for Chad and Don and Tom, who's not here, and for all of his friends and family, I too am shocked at how many people are here, because it's just great to see. Yeah, I don't really have a good way to end this, but I felt compelled to come and say something, because he'd kick my ass if I didn't. So, anywho, thanks for being here.
Okay, hi, I tried. Screw the Hansen family. Everybody get in a line and get some food. But we still want some more stories, because these are horrible. Keep going. Yeah? Ah!
Hello, my name is Andrew. I'm unfortunately baggage that came with Aaron to the family. When my daughter was little, she suffered from a hand-foot mouth disease. Todd unfortunately suffered from foot and mouth disease, an affliction that we both shared. That is one thing that I both really loved about him and hate about him at the same time, is you never had to worry about what he was thinking. You knew exactly where he stood with him. He was going to tell you all of his opinions. it's something that I loved about him. He was a really good guy.
Maybe when COVID started, my parents got COVID, and it was during the Paramount Elks Lodge barbecue, and they couldn't go. So Todd came in a forklift in my front yard and said I was gonna do donuts in your lawn, you a-hole. So we came out. I hopped in the forklift and came over, and I was fearing my life. Because he was driving like a bat out of hell. Let me just say, he was swerving all over Georgia. Felt like I was gonna die. But yeah, that's my good story about Todd.
Hello, everybody. My name's Louis. Todd was a straight shooter. He was quick to call you an idiot, and there was plenty of times that Todd would be. I don't know how many of you live in Paramount, but there was a coyote around here, and he swore up and down that he would find that coyote and he would shoot that motherfucker down. And I don't think he ever did, but it's gone now, so I'm pretty sure you got scared of Todd.
I didn't know Todd that well. I'm new to the family, and the first time I met Todd, we went to a Christmas party. Oh, we went to a Christmas party, and we're having a good time, drinking, partying a little bit, and he made me feel real comfortable. And he seemed that I guess he thought I seemed to be nervous. I get nervous, and he's like, "Hey, you all right?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Dude, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay. Just hang in there." And then at the end of the night, he made me feel real good. He made me feel like part of the family. And by the end of the night, he was like, "Whoa!" just choking it out. I was like, "Holy smokes, he's having a good time." I want a little bit of that too. So, we hit it off, and I thought that was cool. I liked Todd about that. And then I eventually I fell in love with my wife, and I asked her to marry me, and she said, "Hey, Todd can marry us." And I said, "Todd?" I didn't know that Todd could marry anybody, and I was like, "Todd, really? Okay, yeah, let's get Todd." I was like, this is good. Yeah, this is good. And when we did the ceremony and everything, he looked at me again and he says, "It's gonna be okay." And he really made me feel at ease, made me feel good. And I'm gonna miss that, part of him. And when we were here at the end of the night, cleaning up and everything, I asked him, "Hey, do you need me to help you with cleaning up and stuff?" And he's like, "No, I got this." And I can see it that he really meant it. Like he really meant to help people. And I thought that was honorable. He helped me get through, my nervousness, and I thank him for that. I miss him.
I'm not here just by myself, but Todd wasn't easy, and the word, I wouldn't use kind. We didn't get the kind Todd. I'm sure he was, but we didn't get a kind Todd. But what we did get is someone who knew what he was doing, and we respected Todd. And through that, with Madeline and the larger group of SunWest, I'm here representing the Southern California regulated community, and we all feel for your loss because it's part of our loss. So we might not be the immediate family or even the extended work family, but we're extended family. So that's why we're here. Thank you.
behalf of our family, I'm Madeline's Aunt Francie, the favorite aunt, I might mind you. When Madeline brought Todd to the family events, we thought, at least I thought, thank God she's got somebody normal. But, okay, I'm sorry, Madeline, because, a few of them were a little different. And I thought, no, that's not for Madeline. No, that's not for Madeline. And when Todd came into the picture, he just loved you so much that I thought, thank God Madeline has found that person who loves her like no one ever had before. So, Todd, thank you, Todd, for bringing that love to Madeline, because he really was the person for you and was the person for our family. And to the Hansens and everyone else, Todd really was that kind person and loved my niece, my favorite niece. Okay, one of my favorite nieces. But I really love Todd for taking care of Maddie. But on another note, I have to tell another story. So there was, I think it was an Elks event. We all went to Mexico on a cruise ship. It was a 3-day, get drunk booze cruise. And I went with my niece, Madeline, and Natalie needed a roommate. And I said, I'm always up for something, right? And it's like, I'll go, because I like a booze cruise like anybody else. So we all got to hang around, and it was really fun. But one of the events that I remember was a karaoke night. And it wasn't George Michael or whoever that guy is, but, because I'm a rocker, and Todd's a rocker, and then I was like, yes! This is my guy. So he gets up, and, everybody else is singing all those Let's Dance, the last, stupid songs. And then Todd gets up, and he goes, play me some War Pigs. And I go, yes, Ozzy. So he's up there rocking to War Pigs. I said, this is my guy. So anyhow, I love Todd because he likes Ozzy Osbourne, but I love Todd because he loved my niece, Madeline. Thank you, Todd. My favorite niece, by the way, because he loves Madeline. That's my story.
You ready? Before I get started, I'd like to... Where's Aaron at? Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Is he back there? Where is he? He's back there, right? No. Aaron. Aaron, get in here. Can I get a round of applause for this man right here? He's doing a great job tonight. He'll be here all week, folks. Okay. Anyway, anybody that doesn't know me, I'm Don's cousin, Brian, and my cousin Dawn's always been more of a sister to me. So when she got married to Chad, it was a big deal to me, a really big deal, so I've spent a lot of time with the Hansen family, and I've always loved them and been really close to them and had a lot of fun with them, and I got to know Chad really well, so I've just been praying for them and thinking about them a lot lately. So. But anyway, I got to know Chad a lot, really well through the shop. We had Cities over here when we owned that. He had a 919, and he came in a lot and spent time with me and my brother, and really got to know the guy. Like he'd come down, he was there a lot, and would talk to him a lot, and I really got to know him really well. So the other story I have to say is when I first met Madeline was at the Hansen house. I spent a lot of time there and had a lot of fun there. And first time I met Madeline, you know, it was kind of like a lot of you have already said, you know. It was kind of funny when, like, I met Madeline and was talking with her for a while, you know, and then I saw Todd for the first time. He kind of looked at me and I kind of looked at him. We didn't really say anything, but he looked at me kind of like in the way like, yeah, what do you think, you know? So I kind of went up to him and I'm like, and I looked at him and I said, do I need to say anything? And you know, in that, it meant like, you know, yeah, this is it. Like, go for it. Like, you know, you're stupid if you don't get with this girl, you know. But I didn't say that. I just said, like, do I need to say anything? So, anyway, so, yeah, I miss Todd a lot, as I know all of you will. And the thing I regret is that I haven't seen Todd for a while, but I didn't really know until, like, kind of a few years ago anyway, but that, like, me and him share a lot of the same political views. So, I regret that I never got to talk to him about that. I never got that chance, so I regret that. So, anyway, just want to come up and give a little talk, and I'll miss Todd, as you know, all you will as well.